Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the two concepts we are going to discuss. One is about the FTP, and the next concept that which we are going to discuss about partition concept. So these two concepts are very important for your day-to-day activity. Okay. So let's go for the first concept. The first
Hello.
concept, let me share
One
my screen.
1 minute, Vinay. Hello.
Yes.
I have a question, Vinay. You didn't teach about that vlog, Vinay. Can you teach? Can you teach that?
VLOG.
Yeah, vlog.
You are for when? Weekdays or weekend batch?
Weekdays batch.
Weekdays batch VLOG, it's already done, no? In the first day of the Linux class itself.
No, after the repository, you didn't download and show that how to use that.
So, okay, end of the class we will see. Okay.
Okay, Vinay.
Remind me end of the class.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just sharing my screen. Okay. So guys, today we are going to discuss about two concepts we are going to discuss. One is about FTP concept we will discuss, and the next one we are going to discuss about the partition unit. First, let's go for the FTP. So what is FTP? What is the full form of FTP?
File, file transfer protocol.
FTP is a file transfer protocol. VSFTP stands for it's a very secure file transfer protocol deferred demand. Deferred demand. So VSFTPD stands for it's a very secure file transfer protocol deferred demand. So now in this that we are going to see that what is FTP and how that can be configured, what is the basic details is required for this. And next one, we are going to see that the types, which means that in the FTP, we have two types we have. One is anonymous user and the non-anonymous user. That both the stuff that we are going to see here, how that can be accessed when you're in the anonymous user, how that can be accessed when you're in the non-anonymous user, how that can be accessed, that we're going to see here. So let's go for the first one. I'm just going to give the basic details to you two before go for that all the details. If you wanted to get it configured this, first you have to install the package yum install vsftpd and star space -y. So this is the package. Let's go for the service service vsftpd and status. So it says that unrecognized service, which means that the package is not installed. You have to go ahead and install it. Even in your system also, guys, that by default it is not installed. VSFTPD, you have to install it. Yum install VSFTPD star space -y give it, you will be able to install the package. And after installing this, there is one more client package we have, that is yum install just FTP star space -y. So this is already installed, it says. With that itself, it has got installed. Now let's go for the service. If you go for the service, the status, it says that it's stopped. Now you have to start that. I'm just starting the service. Now, if you check the status, you can see that the service is running, it says. It says that the service is running. Now let's go for the next one. So the next one, we are going to see that the port number, so the port number, it's 20 and 21. There are two port numbers used for this. There are two port numbers used for this. And the next one, home directory for this, cd/var/ftp/pub. So this is the home directory for this. Sorry, this is the home directory for this, cd/var/ftp/pub. If you need the more details about this, just you have to go for the man FTP and the configuration file of this vim space/etc/vsftpd/vsftpd.conf. So this is the configuration file. So make sure, guys, this package, it will not be installed by default, this FTP one. If you have created the repository, that you will be able to install it. Yum install vsftpd, you have to give it that install the package and just check the service. If it's not running, that you have to start the service, then see the status, it will be running. After that, the port number 20 and 21, the home directory, and here the man FTP, it's a man page, and this is the configuration file. In the FTP, we have two types that we have. In the FTP, we have two types. One is the anonymous user. Another one we have the non-anonymous user we have. What is the meaning of anonymous, guys? What is the meaning of anonymous?
It's a not recognized user.
Yes. So if you go to the anonymous user, so for an example, now we will go to the Google. Every day you go to the Google and access something. Is it might be to check your mails or else access some web page. You will go to the Google and you're going to access it, is it? if you are going to type in the URL path www.google.com, is that going to ask for a password to get into the Google page?
No.
So it's not going to ask for the password, is it? It's not going to prompt for the password. Suppose for an example. So now you're trying to access one web page. When you're accessing the web page, you can see the details about that web page. And you can, if you're going to have the similarly that related documents, if you have it, is that possible to upload in that web page? The one which you're having it in your system, from your system to, do you have the permissions to upload in that web page?
No.
It's not possible that we will not be able to upload it. So if there is any related that document, if it is already available in that web page, that we have the permissions to download it, we don't have the permissions to upload it. So we cannot upload it. So for that, what you have to do it, so that if you're in the anonymous user, you will not be able to upload it. And if you're going to see some spelling mistake in any of the web page, which you will not be able to modify, you never see the spelling mistake. I'm just telling. If you see that any spelling mistake error, that which you will not be able to modify, when you're in the anonymous user, when you're in the anonymous user, you will be able to only the download options you have. You can access and you can download. You will not be able to upload it. You will not be able to upload it. You have a lot of restrictions over there. You have a lot of restriction you have. If you come to the non-anonymous user, we know that person. If you come to the non-anonymous user, we know that person. So which means that, so you will be having the permissions to upload, download, modification, and deleting all the functions you have. You're a owner of one website. So when you're in the non-anonymous user, you have that all the permissions that you have. Okay, so now here, if you come to the anonymous user, if you wanted to tell in one line the description of that, user does not require any authentication. When you're in the anonymous user, user does not require any authentication. If you come to the non-anonymous user, we know that person, like for an example, you're a owner of one website, user required the authentication. So if you wanted to log into that website, username and the password you have to have is it to access completely. So you're a owner of one website, you have the complete access on that. So now here, both the examples that we are going to see that how we can access the anonymous user, what all the permissions that we have when we are in the non-anonymous user, what all the permissions that we have that we are going to see it here. Now, before going for that, I'm just going to give on some couple of commands here. So the first one is get. What it does, the get command, which you will be able to download the files. With the help of this command, you will be able to download the single file. The same thing that you have the mget. If you go for the mget, multiple files that you can download. If you go for the mget, multiple files that you can download. And let's go for the put. What is put? Put is to upload from my system that I will be able to upload it. And the next one we have the input. If you go for the input, multiple files that we can upload it. Multiple files we can upload it. Get is to download, mget is to multiple files download, put is to upload, input is for the multiple files. Upload, multiple files upload. So this is the frequently used 4 commands that we have. Frequently that we will be using this. Frequently we will be using this. So let's go for the next one. So the next one, we are going to access that anonymous user. And before that, what you have to do, let's go for the home directory and create some files here. So cd/var/ftp/pub. So once you get into the pub, so if you do ls, nothing gets there for the first time. So what you have to do it, I'm just going to create that 1 or 2 files that I have created. In the first file that I'm just writing it, this is new file. Simply I have written the 1-line data. If I go for the catch and 1, that I can see that. So 1-line data that I can see. So now that if I wanted to FTP to any system, so IP it's not set. Let me. In my system, the IP it's not set. So I'm just setting one IP here. So now if you wanted to do FTP, so what you have to do, just you have to go to the command, it's FTP, and you have to give the remote system IP that you have to give it. 192.160.0.200. So here through the FTP that I'm just going to connect to the remote system. The remote system IP that you have to give it and enter. So here that you have to type FTP, and otherwise that you can type here that the anonymous also that you can type it here. The example that which we are discussing now for the anonymous user that we are seeing it now here. Next one. So it asks for the password. You can see here that you have got the password prompt. There is no password. So just you have to enter. It says that it's a login successful. Once the login successful, if you do that ls, you can see that the pub directory. You can see the pub directory. If you wanted to get into the pub directory, cd space pub and enter, it says the directory successfully changed. Now, if I do that the ls, you will be able to see that the two files that which is available in that, the two files which is available in that you can see here, the file1 and file2 that I can see here, file1 and file2 that I can see. Now here, if I wanted to download this file, what you have to do, the command that I have to use is the get command. Get is what? Get is to download. Get and one and enter. What it says, it's a transfer, it's complete. Now I have downloaded that. Now I have downloaded that. So let's go for the next one. I just go for the mget. What is mget? Multiple files that I can download. Before going for that, so the first one single file I have downloaded is that. Let's cross check in my system. So if you wanted to cross check that in my system, so just you have to go for the ls command. Can you see that? Okay, already the 1 and 2 it's there. I'm just going to remove it. Okay, so again, I'm going to download it, get one, and it says that it's a transfer, it's complete, it says. Now, if I come back to my system and ls, can you see here that the one file which I've downloaded? If you wanted to view the data, you can see that this is the new file I have. This is the new file I have. The similar way that if I wanted to download the multiple files, that what I have to do it. So I just needs to go for the mget that I have to use it. Mget, it's what? It's a multiple files download. So if you have that hundreds of files, what you can do it that just give it star. If you give it star, one shot that the multiple files can be downloaded from the FTP server. Otherwise, since I have only the two files here, it's said you can see that the file 1, 2. You can name it also. Selected files alone that if you wanted to download it, 1 and 2 like this, that you can specify it. So I just go for mget and 1 and 2 and enter. So I'm downloading it 1 and downloading it 2. It says that what? It says that it's a transfer, it's complete, it says. Now here, if I come back and check in my system, can you see that the 1 and 2, both the files that I have downloaded from the FTP server? So with the help of the get command is to download the single file, mget command that you can use it for the multiple files that you can download. If you wanted to upload it, now here I have one file, it's a user. And I have multiple files I have here. Anaconda file I have, elp I have, install.log, install.syslog. Any of the file that if I wanted to upload it from my system to the remote system. So through the FTP, you have to go for the put command. So put, I have one file, it's a user is it. So just enter. What it says it's a permission is denied. I don't have the permissions to upload it. I don't have the permissions to upload it. Why? Because that I'm in the anonymous user. I'm in the anonymous user. So when you're in the anonymous user, you don't have the permissions to upload it. Only you have the permissions to download option alone that you have. Okay. And when you're in the FTP, that all the FTP related commands that if you wanted to see that what you have to do it, just put question mark and enter. If you put the question mark and enter, which you will be able to see that all the FTP related commands that you can see. All the FTP related commands you can see. If you wanted to come out from here, just you have to use the exit is the command that I'm coming out from here. It says that it's a goodbye, it says. Okay, so let's go for the next one. If you wanted to go to the non-anonymous user. If you wanted to go to the non-anonymous user, what you have to do, first you have to on the Boolean, you have to on it. So once you on the Boolean, with the help of this, you will be able to upload and download, all the functions can be done. First thing that you will be able to log into the non-anonymous user. So if you wanted to see that the Boolean already in the SC Linux unit that I have taught this, the Boolean stuff. And if you wanted to go for that, set scbool space -a. If I'm going to enter, it's going to list out everything. Let's list that only the FTP related Booleans. Now here that you can see that FTP underscore home underscore DR, what it says. It's off. So when it is off this FTP home directory, that I will not be able to access it. I will not be able to access it. Make sure that you have to on this. FTP_home_dr, it says that it's off, is it? So make sure that you have to on it. So how I can on it? So for that, you have to go for that. Set scbull space -caps p, and here that you have to go for the FTP_home_dir. I'm just going to making it on. So once I'm making it on, just wait for just few seconds. It does not take long time. So once it is on, then you can cross check, then you will be able to log into the anonymous user. I'm just going to cross check once it is on. Don't interrupt in this process. It takes some few minutes, maximum 1 minute it takes to get it on this. Yeah, it's done now. So let's cross check. Can you see that the FTP_home_dir it's on? Now, if you wanted to log into the anonymous user, so I'm just going to take the example for one user. So that is Red Hat user. Let's see that what do we have in the Red Hat user? Nothing it's there. I'm just going to create 1 or 2 files here, A and B. And here in the A file that I'm just writing that some data here, 1 or 2 lines data, and save it. Let's come out. Okay, so now that the same users that I'm using it at the time of when we are accessing the FTP. So I just go for the FTP 192.160.0.200 and enter. So here that you have to take the example of one user, that example that I'm taking it as a Red Hat user. So just give the same Red Hat user password, whatever you have given for the Red Hat user password is in, that you have to give it. It says that login successful. So once the login is successful, and if you do ls, can you see that the 1 and 2 file, the one which we can see that the A and B file, we can see the 2 files which is present. If I wanted to download it, what we have to do, we have to go for the get and A and enter. So get an A and enter. It says that it's a transfer, it's complete. It says that it's a transfer, it's complete. It says, okay. So now if I wanted to download the multiple files, of course, as I told you that the command here that you have to go for mget. So you can go for the A and B, you can give it. Otherwise that you can give it star also and enter. If you give it star, that all the files, that one shot that you will be able to download it. So it will ask yes or no, yes or no. Make sure that you have to acknowledge to yes. It says that it's a transfer, it's complete, it says. Now let's come back to my system. So once I come back to my system, if I do ls, can you see that the A and B file? So if you wanted to view the data in the A file, what is there, that the 2 lengths data it's present. Now I have downloaded from this server, from the FTP server, from the remote system that I have downloaded. If I wanted to upload it now, so what I have to do, I have to go for the put command. Can you see here that I have the user file, L file I have, install.log file I have, whatever file I have, that if I wanted to upload it, that what I have to do, I just needs to go for the put command that I have to go for. Put, and I'm going to upload one file that is in the name of user and enter. It says that its transfer is complete. So how I'm able to upload, because I'm a owner of one website, I will be able to upload, download, modification, delete, all the functions can be done. I'm in the non-anonymous user now. So once it is uploaded, if you do ls, can you see that in the last line that I have one file here, it's user? The same thing, that if I wanted to, upload the multiple files. So what you have to do, you have to go for the input command that you have to use it. And here that I have one file called help and install.log. So these 2 files, that one shot that I'm uploading it here. So input and help. And here that I'm just having that the one more file, install.log file, I'm having it enter. So here that it's asking that yes or no, just to have, it says that it's a transfer, it's complete, it says. Now here, if I'm going to do ls, previously how many files I was having? I was having 3. Now here that you can see that the 2 more files that I have uploaded. So now overall files that I have, the 5 files that I have. Overall that I have, the 5 files I have. This is how that you will be able to upload it. Clear?
So Vinay, so downloading is to back to a server, right? Like the other terminal. So uploading is to this FTP path. Is it like that or?
Correct. You're uploading from your system to the FTP server.
Okay. So this will be accessible across all TTY, correct? This server.
No. This is you're dumping into one system.
Okay.
Through the FTP, you're dumping into the remote system.
Okay, to that particular IP, right? Whichever
Yeah, if
IP.
it is a shared directory to the FTP, then across, overall command of that network, they will be able to FTP to that server and they can download it. But I'm just upload and download for doing for one particular system.
Yeah,
Okay.
and download is like if we again connect from a different TTY, we can use this command to download from this FTP ID, right?
Correct. So once you taken the FTP login from that system, what all the files and active files are available. If you require to take it to your system, you can go for that. Get command, you can go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let's go for the next one. See, now we have seen that how to upload and download we have seen. If I wanted to view the data, normally what command we use it, at cat in the file name we use it is it. It says that invalid command. Actually, the command is correct. In the bash shell and all, we use it. So since I'm in the FTP, this command does not work. You have to give the not symbol cat in the file name that you have to use it and enter. See, you can see that the 2 lines data is present in this. There are 2 lines data it's present. Okay. If I wanted to write some more data, you have to use the not symbol and cat and greater than symbol that you have to use 2 times. And what is the file name? The file name is file name is A. So now I'm just writing that 1 line data, have a nice day. So 1 line data have written and control C. If I wanted to view that, I just needs to give the not symbol and cat and A. So it says that have a nice day, it says. Have a nice day, it says. So here that, can you see that? You will be able to see that have a nice day. So whatever the data I have added, so which I have appended, that you can see. And here that if I do ls that I have multiple files, is that if I wanted to delete that, just put question mark and enter. Say rm space -rf command and put the file B. So now here that the file B, which you can see here, if I wanted to delete this, I cannot delete with the help of this command. It says that operation is failed. Command is correct, but in the FTP it does not work this command. If you wanted to delete anything, make sure just you have to go for the delete or mdelete command, you have to use it. Delete, what it does, it's to delete the single file. What is mdelete? Mdelete is for the multiple files. Delete. Okay, so let's see now. So as of now, I have this file. If I wanted to delete the single file, just you have to go for the delete and B and enter. So I have deleted the single file. So rest, how many files I have? I have the 4 files. If I wanted to delete at all, so just use the mdelete and put star, or else out of that, if you wanted to delete the selected file alone, just you can name it here. So I'm just going to delete help. I'm going to delete the user and enter. Yes and S you have to give it. It says that it's what? It says that it's a transfer, it's complete, it says. It says that it's a transfer, it's complete. Now if I do the ls, so now
Vinay, you have given mget. It's mdelete, right?
sorry, yes. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm looking. That still the file is listing it here. So now I have to go for the mdelete. So I'm deleting it. Is that you have to go for mdelete, and here that you have to go for the file name. It's help and user and enter. See, I'm deleting it here, and this is also it's deleted. Now if I do ls. Now here that if I do ls, now see only the 2 files I have here. One is A and install.log. A and install.log. So I just have that only the 2 files that alone that I have. If you wanted to delete all in one shot, just you have to go for the mdelete and just give it star and enter. Now see, all I'm just deleting in one shot. You don't need to name it in this case. So now if I do ls, I don't have any of the file over here. I don't have any of the file over here. So with the help of this command, make sure guys, whatever the command we have been using, so that all the commands cannot use it in this. We have that for the FTP itself, we have the different command. Make sure put question mark. If you put the question mark, that all the FTP related commands is going to list out here. Okay, so the next one. So the next one here, that if you wanted to come out from here, exit, you can use it. Otherwise, buy also you can use it. So this is in the non-anonymous user. So I will be able to access completely on this. One more thing you have to remember in this FTP, as name itself, it says that only the file alone we will be able to upload and download can be done. Upload and download can be done. So name itself, it says that it's a file transfer protocol, isn't? So we'll be able to upload and download, all the function can be done. You will not be able to upload or download the directory. Might be assume some scenarios and you have the multiple files inside of the directory. Assume that you have 100 files. All the 100 files, if you wanted to download it, it takes a lot of time. So if you wanted to upload and download the directory, that cannot be done in the FTP concept. In that case, that what you have to do it, you have to go for zip the directory. You have to go for zip the directory. tar command we have seen in the file system unit. With the help of that commands that you have to zip it. If you're going to zip it, that directory is going to become a zip file. So then you will be able to upload and download can be done. Directly, the directory cannot be upload and download. Got it? So if you're going to zip it, then you will be able to upload and download can be done. Okay, so let's go for the next one. If you wanted to allow some users and deny some users from this FTP connection, just you have to go for the cd/etc/vsftpd, cd/etc/vsftpd. And once you get into this, if you do ls, you can see that the FTP user and user underscore list, there are two files that you can see here. Can you see here that FTP user and user underscore list in the last that you can see that the first two files. Let's go for the first one. If I wanted, okay, let's go for the first one. It's a FTP users. If I go for the Vim and FTP users and enter, I just go up. Can you see that? The one they have written here that users that are not allowed to log in via FTP. So if you wanted to deny some users from the FTP connection, what you have to do, you have to come down here and you have to specify the user's name here. You have to specify. So just come down and write it here, Red Hat user and what is that, Arun user, like this, that you have to specify. So this users, nobody will be able to log in via FTP for this users. You're denying it. Okay, so now this is in the deny file that you're doing it. So if you wanted to allow, what you have to do, so just you have to go to the second one. It's a user underscore list. Let's go for that file. It's a user underscore list. If you go for this, so here that you can see that, can you see here, second line, only allow users in this file. Only allow users in this file. So if you wanted to allow some users, then you have to go for this. Actually, allow file, it's not required that you have to come here and give the entry. If you are not going to specify the user's name in this file, by default itself, it's allow only. So here also have to do the same thing. Just come down and just mention that the user, whatever the users you wanted to allow it, just you have to specify. When you're specifying the multiple users, and in each line, one user you have to specify, and don't take the any special symbol like this colon or hyphen or slash, then put one more user. It's not going to work. So if you wanted to work, make sure that single line, single user that you have to specify. So this is how that you will be able to allow and deny the users from the FTP connection. From the FTP connection, you can do that the allow and deny can be done. Clear? And at last, that if you wanted to come out, I'm just coming out from here. So once you specify the username, once you're going to specify the username in the allow or deny file, make sure that you have to restart the service. You have to restart the service. Once you're going to restart the service, then only that the changes, it will be get saved. It will be get saved, then you will be able to access it. Okay, so this is all about this FTP concept. So do you have any question, guys, on this?
Vinay, if same user present in both the files, so it
does not work. No.
Okay.
You're not supposed to give it like that. What happens? It get confused whether to be allow or deny. It takes long time. At last that you will get the error.
Okay.
Vinay, so this FTP, like, can we connect from other OS systems as well?
OS means what? Linux only, you can connect it.
Okay. If we want to connect via Windows, is it possible via?
No, that is Samba concept you have to go for. In yesterday's class, we have done no.
Yeah, MSDC. Okay.
So you have to go for the Samba concept if you have the different operating system.
Okay, and FTP is only for Linux systems.
Linux to Linux.
Okay.
Suppose from Windows to Linux, if you wanted to copy or dump some data and all, so you have to go for WinSCP.
Okay, WinSCP.
Okay. So fine then. So let's go for the next concept. So the next concept that which we are going to discuss about the partition, guys. So the next concept is a very important concept. So unit name it is managing simple partition with LVM. Managing simple partition with LVM. So in this unit, what we are going to discuss? In this unit, we are going to discuss that what is partition, how many partitions can be done, primary partition, extended partition, logical partition, LVM, and swap. How to do the partition and how to access it, how to dump the data, how to make it permanent, and how to do the swap partition, concept of that. And in the LVM, we are going to see that how we can extend the partition, reduce the partition, that all the stuff that one by one that which we're going to see here. Before going for that, all the step. So just tell me what is partition?
Dividing the things.
Okay, so let's, okay, correct. But just still, we will take one example. You guys are using the system for many years, is it? So that Windows operating system. How many partition you have in your system?
Local drive CD.
Then?
Sometimes
What
C
is the
also.
maximum partitions you have seen like that? CD, EF, then?
4 we can see.
4 alone, the maximum you have seen.
We can also do it. I don't know the number, maximum number, but I think we can also do it more.
Yes, we that's true that we can do it more than that. So any idea do you have that what is the maximum partitions can be done in the Windows?
In MBR 128.
256.
256, no, 256 is what? It's a network range, no?
Okay, sorry, I got confused.
Yeah. So now here that in the Windows operating system, as I checked in the Google, it's 128. Okay, so 128 partitions can be done. But when I checked with the Windows architect, he said that the 24. I'm not sure in one because I don't use much Windows, but I'm not sure exactly what can be done. How many partitions can be done? That's what I'm just giving both the number. When I checked with the Windows architect, we can do the 24 partition. In the Google, I got the output that 128. I'm not sure exactly what is the correct answer. I'm just telling that both the number I'm telling. Now that in your system, let's come to your system. You guys have done CDEF partition or CD partition or CDE partitions you have done, no? So then why you have done multiple partition? Is there any requirement on that?
No, Vinay, we can make it easy.
Okay, so let's still make it simple way. Okay, you're going to buy one new system today with the size of the 500 GB disk. So you wanted to install the Windows. So is that mandatory? Do I need to do multiple partitions like CD, EF and install the system? Or just with the C partition alone that I can install the system? So can be done. Just complete 500 GB. I can take it for the C partition and install it. That can be accessed to your operating system.
Yes, Vinay.
So then what is the requirement of having the multiple partitions, D, E, F and all?
To keep the data. So
okay, so if you come to your point in the Windows, I have done C partition alone. The complete 500 GB I have taken. In that also I can dump the data, no? Anyway in the C partitions, OS related data it's there. And I can create one folder. So in that I can name it in my name and then I can dump the data. So I don't have any much difficulty to go to the C partition and access my data. Correct.
if sometimes the C drive will be corrupt, right? The OS will be corrupt, means the entire files will be
correct.
Gone. So that's why we are creating the partition. So different type.
Correct. So now if the OS gets corrupt, now the Windows operating system which you're using it may get corrupt some reason. So if you have kept the data in the C partition, so that your data also you have lost. Your data also you have lost. So that's the reason we will go for the multiple partitions like D, E, F and all. So now if the OS gets corrupt, when you have the multiple partitions is there, you have kept all your data in the D partition or E partition. If the OS gets corrupt, okay, let it go. Your data is safe. You can, when you're installing the operating system again, don't format the D and E partition. Let it be the same. Your data as it is same. That's the reason that we will go for the multiple partitions to keep the data safe. If you are having only one single partition, that can be operating system can be accessed. If the OS gets corrupt, all data will corrupted. Again, I have to go to some shops that they will be having the license of it to recover the data, but we are not sure that the 100% data we will get it or not. But somehow we will get it. It's a chargeable, because that guys that they will be having the license software with the help of this, that they're going to recover the data. They charge for that. So instead of taking this all the risk, if you have the multiple partitions, so it's safe. If the OS gets corrupt also, no problem. So that D and E part